Heartland on the Trail, the most exciting television coverage of the Midwest's richest bass tournaments.
Good job, man.
For fast boats and fish catching action, it's Heartland on the Trail.
This week, the toughest bass fishing teams in the Midwest are on massive 52,000-acre Table Rock Lake in Missouri to compete in Heartland's second buddy event of the 2005 season. Pre-fishing reports have it some anglers are catching huge weights, while some anglers are coming away empty-handed. Will forecasted sunny skies and warm temperatures put the bass on the feed? Stay tuned to find out.
Bring up any fish until 3 o'clock for those first fishing in the first flight. I don't want any fish up there.
Heartland's second buddy event of the 2005 season starts on a crisp March morning. Our anglers have been on a lengthy winter hiatus and the air is thick with anticipation to hit the waters of Table Rock Lake. Table Rock Lake, located in southern Missouri, is a popular destination for the world's largest bass tournaments. Today our anglers will test their skills against the rock's quality population of largemouth, smallmouth, and spotted bass. Our cameras will be following 3 teams. Paul Sherrill and Brian Aplotnik. This team is considered to be at their best in the post-spawn, but their ability to catch bass with a stick bait should come in very handy in Table Rock's March waters. J.R. Williams and Michael Langston. These guys are longtime jig fishermen that excel in shallow water and have the ability for an extremely high finish. Mike Webb and Steve Bio. These guys are so good in deep water you'd think they drove a submarine. They're also excellent during the pre-spawn. Table Rock's lake level is steady at 9:15. Water temperature is between 46 and 49 degrees. Water clarity is clear in the main lake and slightly stained in the river arms. The forecast calls for sunny skies with highs reaching into the 70s. We start our day with Mike Webb and Steve Bio in Fisher Creek.
What we're going to key on today is these ledgy rocks. See if we can't get a fish that's hiding in those. Hit these jerk baits and tube baits. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing most of the day. Later in the day when it warms up, we may get on some pea gravel and stuff, see if the smallmouth have moved up in the warm water.
Paul Sherrill and Brian Aplotnik have started near Ants Creek.
Got it. Net underneath that thing is barely hooked.
Number 1.
There you go. Oh yeah. Number 1. Good chunk. Going. Number 1. It seems like right now that the fish are keying on this bigger rock, and they're kind of really all over, you know, moving in, thinking about trying to spawn. You know, we're sitting a boat out here in a little over 20 feet of water, moving these jerk baits, getting them down and just letting them sit.
Webb had located some good fish during his pre-fishing, but unfortunately another boat is sitting in the spot.
Yeah. Hell, there was another tournament went out ahead of us, and so they got just the right to be there as I do. It's frustrating, but you can't do anything about it. 3 days ago, I caught an 8-pounder off that spot. They were throwing a different bait than we are, so we'll hit it when they leave.
The team of J.R. Williams and Michael Langston have started near Joe Bald. Here, J.R. reveals their game plan.
Plan on hitting, we've got 2 bluffs up here we're going to hit. Then we're going to go back and throw a football jig rest of the day probably. We'll stay up here probably for about an hour, 2 hours. Depends on what happens here. You got one, Mike?
Little fish.
I'm gonna tell you, it just feels good to be back out here.
We are very happy to see JR on the water again. JR, a longtime Heartland angler, has missed the past 2 years of fishing while fighting cancer. It's nice to have you back, JR.
Last 2.5 years I've had cancer, I've had lymphoma, and they really didn't give me much of a chance of making it, but I've had chemo about 4 times and had a stem cell transplant, which I think the stem cell transplant really helped me out about as much as anything. Also, I'm just happy all my sponsors really stood beside of me, you know what I mean, especially Jewel Bait Company stood beside of me, Bass Cat, and all of them. And when I come back, they said just whatever I needed, they'd take care of, and it was a fantastic deal. Made me feel real good.
Oh, you see him shake his head? Oh my goodness. Come on, girls. God, dog it.
While Webb is working
Man.
his stick bait, Bio is in the back of the boat with a tube.
Just bouncing it through the rocks, trying to make it look like a crawdad. Just hopefully it'll drop off in one of the little dark corners and get a big old brownie's attention. Well, we saw some crawdads in the water, and they were green and had the real orange pinchers, which is pretty much what that is right there. It's got same colors,
That's that new Bass Pro bait.
except they didn't have the moss all over them like this does.
Most of the time the fish will come up on this bank here, it seems like if the wind, we had a little bit of wind. With no wind, they're not coming up at all, they're just staying out there. We've been catching basically about 20 foot of water. This bait, this bluff here's got a shelf on it. I'm trying to drop this jig off that first and second shelf up there, and most of the time they'll work pretty good.
Fish. It's a good one too. Nope, just hooked him in the side, didn't we? Had him hooked in the side. Thank you.
Good fish. Finally, that's a good one too. He's not that big. He's not that big. You might keep
Huh?
You might keep.
Net's all messed up.
You might keep.
Just bring him in.
Really don't want to do it that way, but no. I hate when you foul hook them like that. They make it seem like they're about twice the size.
Fish on. Doesn't feel very big. To your left. I believe he'll keep, won't he? Nope, he'll be a little short. He'll be a little short.
I don't think these fish really know what to do sometimes because of the fronts coming through and the temperature changes from one that water warms up about 50 degrees, then it drops back down to 46. That really goofs them up, but it goofs me up too. My patterns I used to use, they're not even working out anymore. So I'm just like starting all over. Every day's that way.
Paul Sherrill has temporarily abandoned his jerkbait for a wigglewort. He explains why.
This transitioned and it's just a little bit flatter bank. I mean, we can be out in about the same distance from the bank and it's only 15 foot instead of 25 or so. And it just seemed like the right thing to do. Oh, he ate it too, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Fish on? Bigger fish. Feels like.
Where you want me?
Right where you are. No, just a smallmouth. He's not gonna keep it.
Yeah, let's see if I can keep him tangled up in your net.
Well, you did, didn't you? That live well lived there, Homer.
All right. Which one you want?
That don't matter.
I'm just using the brush hog as a trailer because I like the bulkiness. Maybe it'll drift a little slower, a little more action. And I always put a little chartreuse on the tail of it. Shouldn't do that, but I do it.
The post-frontal pre-spawn conditions have some of our anglers wondering where all their quality fish went. With time slipping away, some strategies may need to change. There's more Heartland on the trail right after these messages. We rejoin J.R. Williams and Michael Langston, who are throwing jewel football jigs to chunk rock and ledge rock banks.
But we're going to try something a little different here. We're going to go back with a cut over here. And we took some out of last Thursday, I guess it was. Try to downsize a little bit. I'm going to go to a hair jig, I think, here in just a minute. Because most of the time you catch bigger fish out here like this here. This water's changed too a little bit. Got more color to it than it did have. We may make a big change in a minute and go up the outside of 13. There's one right there.
Got him?
Yeah.
Get him down. Is that a good one?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good one. Come on, get him up here. Let me get him. Good fish, brother.
That's the kind you don't have to put on a board.
Nope. Put him in the box.
Webb and Bio have just landed another fish.
How close?
Worn off tail.
It's going to take some work to make it stretch to 15 inches, though.
Oh, you see him touch right there? See him touch?
Just put if he touches, just put a ball on him.
Oh, that's so close.
Did he touch?
One time out of 5. We'll have to.
We'll check him.
He's definitely gonna be looked at later, I can tell you that. All right.
Williams and Langston are now in Sawmill Hollow, and even with an empty live well, JR is still focusing on the positive.
And I'll tell you, this means so much to me. I don't care if I don't ever catch another fish, but I'm out here, I'm having fun, and I can afford to be with friends and things like that. You know, I mean, when I was in the hospital up there and things, people come, that fishermen that I didn't even hardly know. I just seen them out here on the trails and things, and they made special trips from all over just to see me and come up and see me in the hospital. That really meant a lot to me. It really did. Friendship is something you can't buy, you can't have. You just gotta be there. But the fishing will come too.
Mike Webb has decided to change to a uniquely colored jerkbait.
This is a Mary Kay. That's what we call it. Isn't that purty?
Kind of matches Mike's eyes in the morning.
Yeah.
Hoping to pull some fish that are in these trees. I'll stage in them as we're heading back into these creeks and stuff to spawn. These jerk baits, man, they're just about cadence. Sometimes I want it still, sometimes I want it moving.
How about if I catch this one?
Good one?
It's pulling pretty hard. That don't mean it's a good one, though.
Feels good, looks good. I can't
I
see.
ain't seen him yet.
Brownie? Brownie?
Probably is the way they're running.
There's good brownies on his back.
Here he comes.
I can't see him.
Ain't you ready? He's coming up right now, right beside
see
the
him.
boat.
Yeah, it's good.
Largemouth. That's a good brownie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He just out there dragging behind the boat.
See, it pays to have a good partner.
There's one for the live well anyway.
I just started.
Uh-oh, uh-oh, watch it.
Where'd that go, to the moon?
See it up there? That's not too bad.
Get that.
A lot of shad that's floating down through here. Just keep coming up in front of us out here. There ought to be a fish out here bite these stick baits down this bank. Caught a lot of fish down here years past when the wind's blowing down here. It's kind of a hit and miss thing. You're here at the right time when they're up. You catch them.
Big fish. What you got? This is the one right here. Nope, I lied to you.
Well?
I lied to you, just a smallmouth. He'll keep though, won't he?
Yeah,
He'll keep, I think. Oh yeah. Watch it, watch it, watch it.
trying, man.
There we go, get him on in here. Put him on that board, would you?
Yep.
Thought you got a hold of some wind here. Boy, those things
You just
fight.
run the boat. I'll take care of this.
Okay, thank you. I just don't want to get on top of this good spot
I
here.
don't blame you.
I was just getting ready to say, did you hear me? This looks like it.
Good job, man.
Boy, they sure fight fun. That is so fun.
We got to figure out whether we want to try to wait these fish out, or do we want to go and hit another spot, come back to check this later. But it just seems like we haven't had a bite in quite a while, and they're here. What do you think, partner?
Go try that other spot out if you want.
Well,
So far, the stinky bait you gave me is not working. I even tried the different color and it's not working. You haven't caught one since you took that purple off.
That's what I'm throwing.
You got it on back on again?
I've had it on all morning.
But you had
all day.
Mary Kay on.
Huh?
You had Mary Kay on.
I changed it.
No. That's the one.
Glad to see you're paying attention.
Bob Hahn from North Bend, Colorado.
The team of Eric and Lloyd Holt are the first anglers to come to the scales with a good limit of fish.
13.80, 13.80. Good job, Lloyd.
You just took the lead, first 5 fish limit of the day. What did you guys do to catch your fish today?
We just mostly throwed crankbaits. In fact, we caught them all on crankbaits.
Were you able to catch your fish all day long, or was it?
No, in fact, we caught most of them by 10 o'clock this morning. We had a limit by 10 o'clock, and I think we called maybe 2 fish after that.
Scott Pauley and Gail Julian have a sack of fish that should challenge for the lead.
10 keeper fish. They got to beat 13.80 to take the lead, and they have done that handily. New leader, Scott Pauley, Gail Julian, 15.40 even, 15.40.
Their 15.40 pound bag of fish puts them in first place and sets a high water mark for others to follow.
We were fishing clear water down towards the dam, and what we were looking for was pea gravel, chunk rock, ledges, all mixed together on secondary points, and we caught these fish on the Jewel Akins jig, every one of them in about 15, 18 foot of water.
The weights are going up and the numbers remaining to weigh in are going down. Can Pauley and Julian remain on top of the Buddy Circuit scoreboard? Stay tuned for more weigh-in action and tips from today's winner. Bob Neff and John Archambault have a bag of fish that will definitely challenge Pauley and Julian.
He's got to beat 15.40, and he's got a look of confidence on his face, and I think he knows why. There's your new leader, 18.22.
Their 18.22 pound limit puts them into first place by nearly a 3 pound margin. The team of Howard McAllister and Steve Plank come to the scales.
Got to beat 18.22 to take the lead. Oh boy, and I mean they got some nice smallmouth in there. Got to beat 18.22, fellas.
You're going to be a couple hundred short. 18.12. 18.12. Just missed it by 10 100ths.
Their 18.12 pound limit of fish falls just shy of the current lead, but puts them into a comfortable second place until Jay Marshall and Marty Lim come to the stage.
Mark says he just got a back disc dislocated. Looky here. 22.36. Mark it. 22.36. Hold him up. Whew, what a bag of fish.
The winner of our buddy tournament here at Table Rock Lake is Jay Marshall and Marty Lim with a whopping 22.36 pounds. In second, Shannon Moody and Lynn Luther with 21.23 pounds. And in third, Bob Neff and John Archambault with 18.22 pounds. Here's the best of the rest. Here's how our On the Trail featured anglers finished. Trail tips, winning secrets from the Heartland Tournament Trail. Jay Marshall and Marty Lim caught their enormous limit using a Storm Wigglewort. They targeted banks with shelf and chunk rock as well as laydowns.
Next week, we're in the beautiful Ozark Mountains of Missouri on Table Rock Lake for Heartland's second Pro-Am event of the 2005 season. A warming trend has put the Rock's bass on a pre-spawn feeding bench, but there's a cold front moving in. Watch as the Midwest's best anglers try to put together successful patterns to win big on this legendary fishery.
Heartland on the Trail, the most exciting television coverage of the Midwest's richest bass tournaments.
Good job, man.
For fast boats and fish catching action, it's Heartland on the Trail. On the Trail is a production of Marine Grade Marketing.